In this video, we're going to talk about adding bits to your global bit list. Now, to find that, we're going to go to Board Setup tab and then to Edit Bit. Click on that. That'll open up a dialog which has every bit broken into categories of the type of bit that is configured in your software. You can even sort these by the type of material if you wish. Now, you can start with just a blank template, but I find it far easier to select a bit that is similar to the type of bit that you're going to be adding. In this case, I want to add a radius 1/4 inch end mill. So I'm going to go ahead and select a 1/4 inch end mill here. We'll go ahead and highlight that, and then we click on Add here. That opens up the template populated with all of the information from that bit. From here, I can go ahead and select the type of bit. I want a radius end mill, so I'm going to select that there. I'll go ahead and change the name. This is a 3-inch radius on this, and it's a short little bit. It's just got a 1/2 inch cutting length. So I define my bit in this portion of the dialog. The next portion of the dialog, we input much of the characteristics of the bit, such as its max pass depth. That is the maximum the software is going to allow that bit to go in a single pass. So say if I was making a cut a 1/2 inch deep, this is going to tell me that it will take 2 passes to get there. We have our cleaning depth. In most cases, you want to keep your cleaning pass very shallow. It just shaves a little bit off and gets you a nice clean cut. Same thing with the cleaning feed. This is often dependent very much upon the material. A lot of times you want your cleaning pass to go relatively fast. So I'm actually going to take this up to about 0.7. Now, search range. Normal is what the CarveWright bits are set up for. They will go down, and it's based upon the cut lane. They will go down fast until they get to just above the bit plate. Then they'll go slow and touch on the plate. Now that makes it bit finds very quick. But if you're setting up a bit and they are at all different from the lengths of the CarveWright bit, once it is mounted in the machine, set this to expanded. Expanded means it's going to go all the way from the top of the search range. This does take a few seconds longer, but you're guaranteed that you're going to find the bit. Now, electrical contact, almost all of your bits are going to be set for electrical contact. There are a few exceptions where you will set it up for a force feedback, such as a diamond bit. Now, for the most part, just leave that electrical contact. Now, you can define your material here, which just helps in being able to filter or sort those bits. And you can also add in notes. In this case, this is a 4 flute bit, so I'm going to go ahead and add that in just to remind me of what I'm working with here. The final section we have is our speed and feed. Now, here we have a table of 3 different depths that you can enter in with the corresponding feed rates. Now, the software does linearly interpolate the feed rate on through this table. So for example, if I was going 0.1 inch pass depth, then this would be going at 0.65 inches per second. This has 2 different ways that you can calculate your depth. You have relative depth, which means, say, if I've set it for a pass depth of 0.2 inches, but it's going 0.8 inches deep, each pass is going to be going at 0.6 inches per second. It's going to be based upon the depth of the pass, or relative to the depth of the pass. The other thing that it can be set to is absolute depth. Now, when we use that would be, so for example, if I was using a form bit, a bit that gets significantly wider as it gets deeper in. So it's going to take a lot more horsepower to drive that bit. So we're going to want to go slower as we go down. So in that case, I'm going to be setting it such that no matter how shallow the pass is, it's going to be using the speed for the depth that it is at. Go ahead and get this switched back to my radius 10 mil there before I forget. The final thing that we have here is, of course, our spindle speeds. Again, using the similar bits that are already configured is a great reference and starting point for these. The plunge rate is the rate that is going to plunge straight down. Now that we have those set up, we'll go ahead and save that. And you'll see it's now created the category radius to end mill here. You'll also notice that it's got a green background. We just pop up here. The bits that come predefined have no background. Any that are custom bits that you've created will have this green background. It just indicates, yeah, it's a custom bit. If we click on that, you'll see our note show up over here. And that's how you configure a bit.